Hello everyone, this is Kevin Tiller from Phys Ed Review, and today I'd like to go over the FitStep Pro Pedometer program and how it's such a wonderful tool to be able to collect data on students' movement in class and being able to report that movement, outputting it into different formats that the students can see and that others can see as we send reports home to the parents. So what I'm going to do is open the program here, and as it comes up you'll see on the left hand side is I've already programmed in my name and 6 of the classes that I use the pedometers with. So what I'm going to do is just highlight one of the classes here, and then I'm going to go up to the top, and as you can see there are 4 tabs here. The most important one that I'm going to talk about today is the View Reports. And what I'm going to do is, as you can see, we have some things that we can choose. We have workouts, class summary, weekly summary, monthly summary, class roster, where all the students are, and their pedometer number, and also physical activity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the report dates here and go back to when we started using the pedometers. Now this class in particular hasn't been using the pedometers too many times, only a couple of times, but what I've already been able to gather is some data. So as I have clicked on the dates that I want to highlight, then I'm going to hit the Export to PDF function, and as you can see a PDF is going to come up with each student's name, the date the data was gathered, the number of active days, and again these are total numbers here, total MVPA or moderate to vigorous physical activity, total steps and total activity time, and then the averages over those 2 days. And again, as this number gets bigger, the active days here, these numbers will change as well. But there's a nice description here about what the pedometers do, and then on the bottom here what it actually is that we're looking at and the data that we're collecting. And again, this is a printout for each and every student that I can send home, and actually gives the date of the time that it was printed. So it's really kind of neat. The other thing that I can do with this data here is if I go to workouts and I'm going to filter it by student name again, I can hit the export to PDF and I can see all the individual reports for the students. So we have the steps for each of the days that they were able to do it, activity time, also the MVPA or moderate to vigorous physical activity time, and then steps per minute. That's the steps per minute that Gopher has recommended to be able to collect data on moderate to vigorous physical activity. But we can see what 80 steps per minute looks like, 90 steps per minute, all the way up to 160 steps per minute. And this is data for, again, the whole entire class. And on the bottom here is actually an average for the whole entire class. So we can take a look, and I can talk to the students, and I can put their average numbers down, and I can say, okay, are you above or below the average? And if you're above the average, that's great. You know, keep that up. You're doing well. If you're below the average, is there something that you can do to maybe increase your activity level in class? So again, these are some real good raw data numbers that I'm able to use to talk with the students about being more active in class. And once again, this is a program that is for the Macintosh computer. What we're going to see right now is Ben Pirillo, and he is going to give you some more options that the PC program is able to offer. So take it away, Ben.
All right, here's a quick tutorial for you of how to manipulate your data with the FitStep Pro version 2.0 for your PC. Over on the side is your classes and everything that you have already set up. I'm not going to click any because I've only changed a few names because I do not want to reveal my students' names. So this is made up names and everything for the classes. Across here, our tabs are workouts, weekly summary, monthly summary, class roster, and physical activity. Now, if you look at your workouts, you can go and change your dates onto the side. So you come here. I went all the way back to the beginning of our 9 weeks and to the end of our 9 weeks. So that way all the data that the kids have entered in with their pedometers uploaded in is all there. Off to the side, I have extra check mark boxes. So this will show MVPA at 110 steps. If I click on that, you'll see that those columns were added. I don't necessarily like to have all that. That's a lot of data for me, more than I need. I just like to have their steps per minute, their MVPA, their activity time, their steps. Those are things I like to have. There's some extra adage down here as well. I could choose to show their class averages, or take that away, class totals, or take that away. I'd rather have it. I like more of individual stuff. So I'm just going to keep all the individual things that are up there. As you can see, they have a totals and how much they did daily. Our students at our school were in twice a week. So if I want to do a weekly summary, I can go to weekly summary. Now you notice I only have one student. That's because I went ahead and selected the student out of that group, just for, like I said, to protect the names of the other students. I could do monthly, okay, whatever they did for each month. And I'm not going to do class register because it'll show my students' names. And if I go over to physical activity, it will have their whole. This is basically takes all their data that between these dates and pieces it all together. And here are my columns I can have. The one thing I don't like about this area is I don't see their individual steps. So let me show you how you would export all this. So if I go back to workouts and I want to export this to a spreadsheet, I'd go up to File, click File, and go down to Export to Excel. So when I click on that, it will make an Excel document with this info right here that is selected. Okay, same thing with all the other ones as well. Now, if I go to physical activity and I want to export it, I would go to print on this one, and you'll see this will pull up a separate sheet, which is pretty cool. And it talks about MVPA and all that kind of stuff, and so you can see it breaks it down. So it's a little bit different than the Mac version. The Mac version, I think it saves it as a PDF. So here's all your information, but like I said, it doesn't show all their individual day work. It just shows class totals. So that's that version as well. Let's see. I think I could do the same thing for workouts. Yeah, if I go to print for the workout, it does the same thing. It puts it all kind of like in a nice spreadsheet, but the problem is, like I said with this, you don't get all that extra stuff like the other one shows. So those are quick breakdowns of how to manipulate your data. Like I said, you pick and choose the way you want it to look.